for the Denver Nuggets. Russell Westbrook checking back in. Can Denver make one final run with 4 minutes to go, trailing by 13 points, largest deficit of the day? Murray in the paint, hesitates, can't get it to drop through, rebound Holmgren. Holmgren in the lane, has it poked free, tracked down though by Dort. Great hustle by Dort, also fortunate bounce. Gilgeous-Alexander driving. Mid-range shot, it's gone, 35 for SGA.
It's as automatic as anything in this league. Him going left, full speed, one-on-one, his ability to stop and get into his favorite shot on the floor.
7-0 run by the Thunder. Gotta have it three. Not there for Porter. Rebound Hartenstein. Here comes Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Thought about the pull-up and said, blows by Murray. It's scored. Putting on a show when it matters most. Again, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah, there are hesitations, and then there's a deep freeze. That's what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just hit Jamal Murray with.
He's got 37 on a day where he's 1 of 10 from 3. On the back down, it's Jokic into the chest, and the spin against Hartenstein for the basket. The Thunder trying to close this out. They're 52-11. Best record in the West. Second best record in the NBA behind the Cavaliers, who play Milwaukee tonight on ESPN. Cleveland has won 13 in a row. Oklahoma City's won 6 straight. Through the hands of Williams. Shot clock at 2. Williams from about 35 feet. Long rebound at Dort. Now SGA against the former Thunder guard Westbrook. Pull up 3. A 40-point game. The 11th of the year for Gilgeous-Alexander. That MVP resume continues to improve. Murray fouled on the drive.
Well, I think he saw Nikola Jokic's best case on Friday night. You might be seeing Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's best case here today in a game of this magnitude, this much attention and focus, and he has absolutely taken over this game as a scorer in the fourth quarter.
He's got 9 in the fourth, and he's only been on the court for about 5 minutes. He sat the first 5 minutes or so of this fourth quarter. He's played 35 minutes, 40 points, 8 boards, 5 assists, and he has 3 blocks as well. He's as good as he is on offense legs. He is equally impactful on the defensive end night after night.
Yeah, there were really 3 big punches thrown by either team in this game prior to this. So the advantage is 4-3 in terms of knockout punches. OKC hit him with the biggest one when they had to have it, and their defense really triggered all of this, and then get the ball to the hands of your best player on the other end.
Jalen Williams on the step back, and that's the dagger. It pushes the lead to 20 inside, or 19 rather, inside of 2 minutes to go. 23 for Jalen Williams. And these teams will play tomorrow night here. The Thunder take a 2-1 series lead. But it was Gilgeous-Alexander with 7 points in a minute 27 span that put this thing away. A well-deserved standing ovation for this team and this player, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams straight. It's a blowout all of a sudden because of the firepower of this Thunder team on offense.
Well, Denver was really just hanging on, trying to withstand the barrage by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and then his co-star and running mate steps up in a big way to close the door on Denver.
Lex, maybe this is an obvious question. Is Oklahoma City, despite a young team, which has not been past the second round, are they the favorite to come out of the West?
I believe they're the favorite to come out of the West, and I think you can make a great argument. This is the favorite to win it all. They've been the most complete team, I think, in the league all season with their body of work. It's the cleanest sheet and their defensive dominance and where they are, number one in defending the three, number one in defending the paint, number one in converting turnovers into points. They do it in so many ways defensively. It gives you a chance every night. I didn't think they were ready a year ago, Dave, when they were the one seed. I didn't look and feel like a championship caliber team. This team feels a lot different.
Last year, they got to the conference semis. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving were both brilliant. The Thunder just didn't have enough offense to go toe-to-toe. We know how good they are defensively. Do you see a difference offensively? The three-point shooting seems better. You have Caruso and Hartenstein, obviously very good defensive players, but can also give you something in the offensive end. They were not on this team last year.
Yeah, and another factor, yes, to answer your question, the offense is better. Aaron Wiggins is a big part of that. And he had a quiet day today, 4 points. But being the reliable third scorer that he has been over the last month and a half answers that question.
After going 0 for 7 from 3 in the third, Oklahoma City goes 6 of 9 from 3 in the fourth. And that was a question coming in. Could Oklahoma City hit the three with regularity, especially in the postseason, to win a championship? The Thunder will improve to 53-11, 7 straight wins. Their bench is outstanding, 31 points from their reserves. Denver will fall to 41-23 and back into third place. A game behind the Lakers and just a game ahead of Memphis, which is currently in fourth in the West. Gotta wonder also about that elbow of Nikola Jokic. Did not look the same shooting the ball since he got hurt in the first quarter. Aaron Gordon got hurt in the first quarter. Will Denver be at full strength tomorrow night in the rematch? What a fourth. What a performance by the MVP candidate, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. The runner-up last year might be the favorite right now. And today's performance did not hurt. 40 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 blocks, and a very impressive 24-point win for his team. Jokic went just 4 of 12 in the final 3 quarters after going 6 of 11 in the first prior to the injury. Jokic finishes 1 assist shy of a triple-double. Gilgeous-Alexander was inefficient early, but almost 50% shooting when it's all said and done because of that great final frame. All right, let's check in with Katie.
Thanks, Dave. Shai, this was a close game, and then it was a blowout in a blink of an eye. How are you guys able to pull away so consistently in the fourth quarter against great teams?
Yeah, we were able to get stops down the stretch and then just execute. That's what it's going to come down to when teams are so good. It's never going to be pretty all the time, but if you get stops and you execute, you give yourself a chance no matter who you play.
Early in the game, how did attacking the rim help you find your offensive rhythm in your shot?
Yeah, that's where it all starts. It all starts with the rim, the easy baskets. That's my comfort zone. I didn't make as many shots as I wanted to tonight, but we got it done, so I don't care.
We still had over 40. Yes, you can, Chet.
MVP, 3 letters. MVP.
Well, speaking of that, obviously you and Nikola Jokic are the front runners to win MVP. What's your mindset coming into a game where you know there's going to be direct comparisons of 2 great players?
Get a win. That's what it's all about for me. I love MVPs. I love All-Stars. I love all the accolades that comes with it, but none of it matters if you don't win. And that's where I hang my hat. And I'll be pleased with the outcome tonight because we won.
I got to ask you, what do you think of Lou Dort trying to throw down? The ball ends up in the rafters, then he turns around and hits a corner 3.
Yeah, it's the new NBA. 3's better than 2, right?
No doubt. Congrats.
All right, thank you.
13 threes and 6 in the fourth quarter for the Thunder and a 127-103 win. Former Thunder, Kevin Durant, number 8 all-time scorer in NBA history, trying to keep the Phoenix Suns in the mix for the postseason. They trailed Dallas by 2 games for that 10th and final spot in the play-in tournament. That's coming up next on ABC, Phoenix-Dallas. For Tim Legler, Katie George, our entire crew, I'm Dave Pash. Thanks for watching ABC, home of the NBA Finals. So long from Oklahoma City. Stay tuned for our studio team after the break, following a Thunder win, 127-103.
The second legs of the Champions League round of 16 matches begin Tuesday. Barcelona take on Benfica, Inter welcome Feyenoord to San Siro, and Leverkusen face German rivals Bayern Munich.
What's wrong with the cutter? It's okay, lads. I'm with the AA. Ah, Bombay mix.
Because the AA has more expert patrols across the country, you'll be back on the road in no time. No wonder more people choose the AA. Join today.
80 minutes to decide the Queens of English rugby. Simply marvellous.
It's the league competition that never fails to deliver.
The secret to restoring classic gems to their former glory is teamwork. Brand new Shed and Buried Classic Cars starts Monday the 17th of March on Quest.
Here we go. Eyes on the line. A brave new world. What we want to get.
New obsessions await. The new home of bikes on TNT Sports.
This is why I bought the van. This was always my escape. Even when I was playing football and I was in trouble and stuff. It's my therapy.
Get back to work.
I'm back. There's 20 people here. We're all crash bang wallets. See these? Oh, watch out. That will be the biggest nightmare we've ever done.
Deep breath. Vinnie Jones in the Country, Tuesday at 9 on Quest, or stream the full series now on Discovery Plus.
Green football is coming, and you can make a real difference. Let's go! From March 11th, it's time to give your old kit a purpose. I like the sound of that. Every year, 100,000 tons of kits are thrown away that we can fight back together. Come on! Swap it, reuse it, pass on to somebody that needs it. Good idea. Green football is calling on you to make the great save.
Got the blue or pink?
TNT Sports just got bigger. With tennis, cycling, snooker, motorsports and more, new obsessions await.
There's electricity in the air. You can feel it in the stands.
Strap yourselves in.
On the pitch. See it in the way the players move.
The body movement was brilliant.
Waiting for that spark of genius.
Something in the goal. Oh my goodness. What is that?
Then comes the chaos. Pure, beautiful limbs everywhere.
This really is Champions League football at its very best.
Expect greatness. The UEFA Champions League, round of 16, live on TNT Sports. There's electricity in the air.
I've got goosebumps.
You can feel it in the stands.
This is mouth-watering.
On the pitch. See it in the way the players move.
We really are seeing the best players in the women's game.
Waiting for that spark of genius. Then comes the chaos. Pure, beautiful limbs everywhere.
This will be special.
Expect greatness. The UEFA quarterfinals.
They win with their defense much more than their offense. Stops and running out. Their defense is dominant. I don't know that there's another team that's even close to them defensively. And Malika, when you're that good on defense, you give yourself a chance to win every game because you're in the game. And then when you add to it, what a lot of people think is the MVP, he's an offense by himself. And if Jalen Williams can come along, if Chet can come along, if they can get a little bit of production out of other guys, they're going to be really hard to beat. I'm not ready to go as far as our guy in the blue,
electric blue,
in the Nick blue down here. But I do think they made a big statement today with this win.
Well, Burke's already crowned the Celtics.
Yeah, he did. He's got OKC.
I'm not going to have short-term memory. The Boston Celtics are going to win the NBA championship, but they will be facing Oklahoma City, this team in the 7-game series. And by the way, since we're talking about who we called out at halftime, I called out the bigs. And Isaiah Hartenstein especially, and I thought he did an excellent job on Jokic in the second half. Jokic was, 10 for 23?
Where did that ball?
10 for 23 from the field. He was out there. He should have went in the back. Like you would tell anybody else, if you edge, you go to the back, right? He was on the floor. So when I look at Chet, I believe that Chet actually is the second best player on this Thunder team for what he brings to the table. He allows them to play big lineup, a single lineup, because he's so skilled that he could pick and roll, lob threat, pick and pop because he could shoot the three. He could put the ball on the floor. He had 4 blocks today.
To your point, he was plus 32 in the game. Best in the game. He helped.
Well, all my only issue is that, Bob's trying to be all suave and smooth and calm. Nah, this ain't the time for that. Oklahoma City game saying, yo, everybody looking up at them. They got to make a statement. And what did they do? They got to make a statement. Your MVP played like an MVP. Your secondary option, Jalen Williams, played like that dude in the second. Chet Holmgren. We talk about Wembanyama. He's hurt now, but we talk about him. We forget Chet Holmgren. That dude, his brother can ball, and their defense is number one. They can beat anybody. And Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is the league MVP. We going to put that to rest right there.
I didn't yell it at the audience.
It's all,
I didn't call it. I mean, 9 points since the All-Star break. They certainly are rolling Suns Mavs after this.
NBA Sunday Showcase on ABC is presented by Popeyes, bringing the crunch to every game with their bold flavored wings.
Presence and futures colliding all at once. 24 seconds is all we ever have to make it happen. But the game, no.
Come see the Royal Caribbean. Aunt, why are you always dunking so much?
What you doing up here with me?
The people want to know.
Why do I dunk so much?
So y'all can see my sneakers. The playoffs are on the horizon. 1, 2, 3. Time to make a push. Here we go. First, Luka, LeBron, and the Lakers look to make more magic in the stands. What a spot when they meet up with Dame, Giannis, and the Bucks. Are you kidding me? Then, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan. We go Royal Touch to the bank against Jimmy Up and the Thursday Warriors. Lakers, Bucks, Kings, Warriors, Thursday. Welcome everyone to American Airlines Center in Dallas on Dirk Nowitzki Way. The Dallas Mavericks, as a franchise, folks, trying to navigate one of the most tumultuous and turbulent in all of their franchise history. You can bet that as we welcome you to NBA Sunday Showcase on ABC, presented by Popeyes, continuing right here from Dallas, Texas. It'll be the Phoenix Suns in town. The Suns coming off a very deflating loss a couple of nights ago in overtime against Denver. They are rife with MC and finality in the way that they play right now, led by their stars, Booker, KD, and Bradley Beal. As for the Dallas Mavericks, well, they are just trying to figure it out with the available bodies that they have on hand right now. Let's take a look at the standings and have some inventory here at the Western Conference. Dallas, the 10th seed right now. They've lost consecutive games. Phoenix, meanwhile, are 2 games back of the Mavericks in the loss, and the Suns have what is deemed the 3rd most difficult schedule remaining. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark lineups for the respective teams. In the backcourt for the visitors, Booker and Beal. Durant on the front line with Bull Nick Richards coming off a 18-point contest against Denver. Meanwhile, Williams and Christie in the backcourt for Dallas. Klay Thompson, Najee Marshall coming off a career night, and Kessler Edwards getting the start at the 5 spot for the undermanned Mavericks. Kessler Edwards, folks, is 6'8", erstwhile of the Sacramento Kings and the Brooklyn Nets. Mavericks trying to snap their 4-game losing streak as Edwards will jump center circle against 7-2 Bull. Well, in the previous game, Stephanie KD got the call on the first play. Let's see what Budenholzer tries to do here. He goes to Booker.
There's KD on the baseline, an illegal screen called against the Suns and Nick Richards to start the game. Not the type of beginning you would want. Slow starts have been an issue for the Suns.
It has been an issue, and slow starts oftentimes are about mentality. What do you do to prep yourself to get ready to start a ball game?
The in and out dribble, quick sit. Williams inside, left it on the front rim. Brandon Williams had a career night against Memphis in a game you saw on ESPN with 31. Great anticipation and the punch at the other end.
You think about the opportunity a guy like Brandon Williams has. Need his creativity, his ability to get the ball to the basket, to create for himself, create for others.
And Phoenix turns it over again. Thompson had an ocean. Williams pulls the three. A little bit strong, rebounded by Durant. Kevin Durant had 29 and hit that big baseline three to send it into overtime against Denver on Friday. Cross court to Booker for three. That was way off. That's Christie into the front court for Dallas. The flip action gets it back. Thompson against Bol. Shoots it over the 7-2 Bol. It's one and done for Dallas.
You think if you're Phoenix, you want to get this game up and down as well. No numbers for the Mavs. Play with a little bit of pace. Try to get out in transition. But to do that, you got to establish on this end of the floor.
Budenholzer pointed that out in our meeting that they can't let their defense be impacted by their lack of offense. Edwards missing that reverse layup, and here's Bol. Durant has a mismatch against Williams. They come with the double on the catch. Boy, Bol used his pterodactyl-like reach to get that basket.
He sure did, and it's exactly what Dallas is going to have to do, right? They're going to have to come with the double, so finding cutters, getting to the rim.
7-2 with a 7'5" wingspan. Here's Thompson misfiring on the three. Klay Thompson, all of the injuries and the infirmities they've been through, he has become the leading voice, the prominent voice in that Maverick locker room amongst the active players. Booker over Williams from the mid-range. Off to Thompson. Edwards had an ocean out to Christie. One more to Najee Marshall. His little floater comes off, rebounded by Richards. Stephanie, how does Phoenix establish some kind of offensive advantage with the size advantage they have?
Well, they got to make sure they're getting to it quickly. Oftentimes, when you're trying so hard to get that disadvantage, to get that mismatch, teams are able to load up. And you can see it right here. It comes with KD. The double team comes, and Klay Thompson got caught ball watching, didn't see the cutter, and Bol gets to the rim for an easy two. You got to flood the backside if you're going to send the double.
Booker to trigger.
And the other thing is a lot of ball pressure.
Right.
You really put pressure on the basketball, not allow them to see those easy looks.
Here's Durant off the curl. Back out to a wide open Booker. And Williams with pace quickly up to Marshall. One thing you can say about these Mavericks after Friday night's game, as Max Christie drills a three, they have been playing extremely hard the last several games in Kyrie Irving's knee injury. Bol with the triple pull up, got it. He has been imbued with a lot of confidence of late. Scored, here's Williams. Brandon Williams, unhesitant. A long two. Had a lot of injuries while he was playing in Arizona. Left school early and has really begun to find his way of late. Durant with the stare down three over Edwards. Phoenix up by a bucket. Beal on Thompson. Boy, Beal with good defense, good help from Richards. But Klay made something out of nothing.
And how about Klay Thompson? Probably going to have to play a different role without Kyrie Irving on the floor. Not just spot up shooting, but making plays, playing off the bounce. He mentioned his voice in the locker room and how important that leadership is. He's experienced. He's been there. The Mavs are seeing a unique circumstance, so having his voice giving everybody confidence.
Boy, look at Brandon Williams. Just peeled Durant clean that time. They've got a 3-on-2. Christie drives it back to Williams. One more to Clay for three. Butter. The spirited Mavericks effort so far has them up by 3. Budenholzer makes the call. Heel off the pin down. Back to Richards on the short roll and punches it over the top of Marshall. Well, Nick Richards has been a nice addition since joining Phoenix at the trade deadline. Part of that deal that sent Nurkic to Charlotte. Marshall inside, and he draws the foul. Well, this would be part of the height advantage a moment ago, but first Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson getting himself going early. Important for the Mavs. We know we can do this. You got to find him on the three-point line.
People's Postcode Lottery Big Spring Win is back.
Yes, in the April draws, you and your neighbours could win a share of
£25.4 million. Own or rent. If your door is in the draw, you're in with a chance to win.
Could your door be a winning one?
Sign up before midnight on the 31st of March.
A share of £25.4 million must be won. So,
Is your door in the draw?
Used to think that love was just a fairy tale. Wouldn't change a thing. Cause this love is everlasting. Suddenly, life has new.
Yeah, smooth, fast, reliable. That's Virgin Media, awarded Best Broadband Experience.
What's wrong with the car? It's okay, lads. I'm with the AA. Ah, Bombay mix. Ah, Bombay mix.
because the AA has more expert patrols across the country, you'll be back on the road in no time. No wonder more people choose the AA. Join today. Got the blue or pink?
TNT Sports just got bigger. With tennis, cycling, snooker, motorsports and more, new obsessions await.
Season could be defined by the haves and have-nots. And for the Mavs, it's more about who they don't have than who they do have out on the court. They have just 9 active players, 3 of whom are on minutes restrictions, and 2 who are on two-way contracts, with Brandon Williams having 8 games and Kessler Edwards having 6 games left on their contracts with 17 games remaining. And when Jason Kidd was asked how they'll avoid their contracts running out, he said, we can't worry about that. If they run out of games, they run out of games. And with no timetable on several of their key injuries like Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, or PJ Washington, and cap space preventing them from signing a 10-day, having enough active players is a day-to-day determination. Mark, Stephanie?
That is a tricky needle to thread when you look at balancing the game, Stephanie, and minutes, appearances with the budget. Folks, I'm not exaggerating. When the Mavericks came out for their pregame warm-ups, it looked like an AAU tournament at 9 a.m. in the morning. There were 6 bodies running in layups, 3 in the layup line, 3 in the rebounding line until a few more bodies came out. And
And Mark, it's not just managing in terms of fatigue factor, right? At this point in the year, you're not practicing that much anyway. Now it's managing with a lot of new guys, getting a ton of reps. So film study, work before, after games, making sure that you're mentally, physically ready for the ball game.
Kevin Durant picked up a technical foul. That's the free throw a moment ago. Dallas up by 3. A spirited effort so far, catalyzed by Brandon Williams. Another turnover. The Suns lethargic so far.
That's
not
nice
a lot
way
of
to put it.
pace. Not a lot of pace in their half court execution so far.
We talked about it off the jump, a sense of urgency, and that's everything from transitioning back to transition defense, taking care of the ball, hard cuts, communication. Your back is against the wall. And while there's still a lot of time left, establishing the mentality that you want and need is critical.
Marshall sprays it out to Edwards. The corner 3 is good.
I mean, this is not a game that you walk into and underestimate your opponent. Right? You have to walk into and you have to want to throw the first punch and knock him in the mouth.
Booker out top. Then Spencer Dinwiddie, who checked in during the break. He left it on the front rim. Edwards back out to Marshall. Marshall coming off a season-high 29. That one comes off. Bradley Beal has been conspicuous by his silence offensively so far. He had 11 in that overtime game against Denver. They bring Edwards into the action. They switch him onto him. Beal didn't get a shot off. He defers to Durant, which is always a good decision.
Kevin Durant can get a shot off at any time that he wants. You think about the undersized Dallas Mavs roster on the floor. Getting in the ball and letting him get to his box.
Dinwiddie with the show and go. His floater is good. Got Bull on a flight. Dante Exum and Caleb Martin get ready to check into the ball game for Jason Kidd. Booker on the blow by. Out to Beal for the open 3. And he catches out. Bradley Beal finally heard from on his first field goal attempt. Max Christie with the ball. He got off to a great start right after the trade and coming over from the Lakers, but since has tapered off a little bit. Marshall got by Bull, but couldn't finish. Bull holding his shoulder, running back the other way. Beal with the spin and pull, gets it to Bull. So Phoenix back to within 1.
You get a few stops, that allows you to get out in transition, get some easy buckets.
Boy, Brandon Williams continues to cook. He had 31 in the game a couple of nights ago on a very efficient 10 of 15 against Memphis. One of those players on a two-way deal. Booker being guarded by Marshall. Tough fadeaway, and that's what he does. One of the top mid-range shooters in the game. Devin Booker actually 6th in the NBA in middies made per contest. Nice crossover, one more to Christie. Edwards left that short.
Feel like that one more was just a hair late. Max Christie would have had a 3 if it would have come right away.
Beal lines up the 3.
It just feels like and seems like there's not a lot of continuity on either end of the floor for Phoenix. Not connected, lack of communication, not all on the same page.
Edwards misfires, meanwhile, over Plumlee. Devin Booker made his first field goal a moment ago, 1 for 5. Steers down Williams. Raises up and cashes out again. Devin Booker with 4 points. The season book averaging right at 26 per game. But it's at this end where the Suns have not been very good this year. They're 27th in defensive rating. This opportunity unable to take advantage. Bull with the tip. Got the second one to fall. And Phoenix turns up the defensive dial a little bit, converting on that turnover.
Well, Devin Booker struggling from the 3 right now, but this is how you get yourself going. You get into the paint where he is one of the best in the NBA, elevate over a smaller defender and put it home.
At Mattress Man, we know we all sleep differently. Could say we really know our stuff. You tell us all about your sleep and we guide you softly to the right mattress. Through top brands like Silent Night and Arthur, you find the right one for your pocket. We deliver it for free and you try it for 60 nights. And now, with 15% off all our mattresses, trust Mattress Man to find your perfect sleep. Go to mattressman.co.uk.
Oh, can I have a coffee? Coffee? I do more than coffee. I do delicious Starbucks coffee. Shall we? It smells so good, your nose will go. It's so rich and smooth, your palate will just... It's more than coffee. It's Starbucks fine espresso.
This house worth £4 million. Plus the car with the cash could be yours. So you must enter by midnight tonight at omaze.co.uk.
Cooker. 100 degrees boiling, hot, cold, chilled and sparkling water. The tap that does it all. Cooker.
Hey, look at that Simply Safe home security system.
Let's install it.
We need a camera. What for? A collectibles. What?
Now you've got a camera each. Systems start from under £200 when you buy a professional monitoring plan. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
There's electricity in the air.
Goosebumps.
You can feel it in the stands,
This is mouth-watering.
on the pitch. See it in the way the players move,
We really are seeing the best players in the women's game.
waiting for that spark of genius.
Sure, who is the space?
Then comes the chaos. Pure, beautiful limbs everywhere.
This will be special.
Expect greatness. The UEFA quarterfinals, live on TNT Sports. There's electricity in the air. You can feel it in the stands,
Strap yourselves in.
on the pitch. See it in the way the players move,
Body movement was brilliant.
waiting for that spark of genius.
Oh, goodness.
Then comes the chaos. Pure, beautiful limbs everywhere.
This really is Champions League football at its very best.
Expect greatness. The UEFA Champions League, round of 16, live on TNT Sports.
It shows the timeline between winning, coming close to an NBA championship like they did in 2021, and losing in this league. February 9th, they acquired Kevin Durant from Brooklyn. 2023, they lost in the West semis to Denver, 4-2. June 24th, 2023, they acquired Bradley Beal from Washington, and last year losing in the first round against Minnesota and Anthony Edwards in a 4-game sweep. And this year, coming into the game today, they find themselves 5 games under 500 in the 11th hole in the Western Conference as Dinwiddie gets the little teardrop to fall. Continue to press buttons, but nothing seems to get them out of their overall lethargy when it comes to making progress. Cassidy has more on the Suns.
Yeah, I spoke to Devin Booker, and he told me we know it's going to be a tough situation, but we put ourselves in this situation. He said we have guys who are fully aware of what's at stake, and he told me it starts with me, KD, and Brad. So we've shown some true bright spots recently that we can learn from, but we have to build on it. And at this point, he said we know what works and what doesn't. We have enough evidence, so we have to lock in, Mark.
And it's those spots, right?
Yeah.
You can't have spots. It's got to be complete. You can have spots throughout the course of the season, but not as many and not at this time of the year.
Especially with 19 games to go if you're Phoenix. 2 more road games after this, and Klay Thompson unaware of the shot clock expiring with 90 seconds to go. Beal on the bench with 5 points for Mike Budenholzer. Tyus Jones will bring it across. Tyus Jones was the player that was acquired that was supposed to solve some of the point guard issues that a season ago. It hasn't quite worked out that way. Jones drives against Exum. Nice pass inside by Durant to Plumlee.
Much better job over the last couple of possessions of ball movement. Multiple guys getting touches, forcing the defense to shift, and it ends in high percentage looks.
As Jones amongst league leaders historically, year to year, in assist to turnover ratio. Right now coming off the bench. Thompson skip pass to Exum. Lines up the three, and it rims out to Durant. Here's Royce O'Neal. Grayson Allen up the wing. Caleb Martin trying to stay with Durant. One more to the corner. Good catch by Jones. Shot clock down to 5 for Allen. Wonderful execution by the Suns, punctuated by a Plumlee punch.
But we're seeing 2 and 3 ball reversals, 2 and 3 dribble attacks, not necessarily one-on-one ISO, getting your own shot. Multiple guys getting involved.
Stephanie, right now they're up to 67% shooting from the field.
Yeah,
Dallas has been stalled out a little bit.
Right, It's been the turnovers in the first quarter. 5 of them for 8 points.
Suns in the midst of a modest 6-0 run. 10 on the shot clock for Exum. Spins on O'Neal and couldn't finish. Suns having a lot of time to get a good look here. It's Jones. Floater off glass, got it. And Tyus Jones giving Phoenix an 8-point lead. An 8-0 run to end the first quarter. Kevin Durant having a spirited conversation with the officials. Folks, this presentation of NBA Sunday Showcase on ABC by Popeyes continues after this word from our ABC stations.
Our innovation in hair loss science starts now. New LV Growth Booster. A breakthrough scalp serum with Aminex XLR, niacinamide, and ginger extract to reduce hair loss for visibly denser hair. 77% agree hair looks thicker and stronger. Fight hair loss with new LV Growth Booster by L'Oréal Paris. You're worth it.
This is the biggest rivalry of football. This is Le Bomb. Le Bomb is the app where it's just you versus your mates. Just download and create your group, then make your predictions, set the stakes, and follow live as Le Bomb tracks the results. Download Le Bomb now. It's just you versus your mates.
Who do I trust for business insurance?
If you need business insurance, join nearly 1 million customers who trust
At Mattress Man, we know we all sleep differently. Could say we really know our stuff. You tell us all about your sleep and we guide you softly to the right mattress. Through top brands like Silent Night and Arthur, you find the right one for your pocket. We deliver it for free and you try it for 60 nights. And now, with 15% off all our mattresses, trust Mattress Man to find your perfect sleep. Go to mattressman.co.uk.
Teamwork. It's about working together and committing to a common goal. NBA Cares is about coming together to lift people up with generosity and genuine heart in the communities where we live, work, and play. Together, we can be an unbeatable team.
The secret to restoring classic gems to their former glory.
These are a joyous thing. Oh, it's a splitty.
Is teamwork.
Enough! Stop! Careful. I love it, mate. Isn't that fantastic? I think it's amazing. Oh, mate, smiles per mile. Yeah. I think my work here is done.
Brand new Shed and Buried classic cars. Starts Monday the 17th of March on Quest.
There's electricity in the air.
What an atmosphere.
You can feel it in the stands.
Strap yourselves in.
On the pitch. See it in the way the players move.
Everything about this is beautiful.
Waiting for that spark of genius. Then comes the chaos. Pure, beautiful limbs everywhere.
Absolutely no doubt about it.
Expect greatness. UEFA Europa League and Conference League round of 16 live on TNT Sports.
feel like you guys found your rhythm to end that quarter?
We're a lot better, definitely on the defensive end. They're really scrappy, and then after they're pushing in transition, switching on defensive end, so they're making us a little uncomfortable by turning us over. But once we got settled, we got off to a nice lead at the end of the quarter.
And with the clear advantage in size and depth, how do you take advantage of that more going forward?
You gotta give it your all when you're out there. You know, you gotta pedal to the metal, utilize all the bodies we have and the health that we have, and take it to our advantage. But utilize the paint, get to the basket. They don't have any shot blockers, so make sure we get to the paint and be aggressive.
Thanks for your time, Brett. Back to you, Mark.
All right, Cassidy. Steph, they had 9 assists on 15 field goals, pretty good percentage, but more than that at the defensive end, which we've talked about a lot. They're 27th in defensive rating. Just a moment ago, saw Devin Booker navigate the screen, make himself skinny, get over the top, and they need more of that type of effort, right?
They need more of it individually, and then they need collective effort. It starts with communication, rotations. There's a lot of being connected on the defensive end of the floor, understanding not just coverage and execution of coverage, but having each other's back, playing with a sense of urgency on that side as well.
Allen with a good pump fake drills the 3 over Martin. And the Suns lead ballooning to 11. And you noted, Stephanie, during the break that it was that second group that came in to really give them a good jolt for the Suns.
Well, the ball was moving. They had 3 assists on their last 4 made field goals in that 8-0 run. Got some easy ones.
Thompson with a catch-and-shoot 3. Comes off to Plumlee, who leads the break. Plumlee had a great game against Denver. At 18 points. Both he and Nick Richards combined for 36 points and 16 rebounds against the Nuggets. They got a lot out of that 5 spot. Good ball movement here by the Suns inside, a whistle and a foul against Exum. And that will send Plumlee to the free throw line.
And Plumlee's been impactful early in this ballgame. Saw him early, playing in the dunker, getting to the rim, now moving the ball around the perimeter. He's one of those energy guys, though,
yes,
right? Like, he just comes in and just gives you a boost.
Look at a real bouncy body. There's a look at his numbers from a couple of nights ago. Plumlee will shoot it left-handed, even though he's right-handed. Time now for our upcoming national TV schedule, brought to you by Infinity. Tonight on ESPN, it's the Cavs at the Bucks at 8 o'clock Eastern. Tomorrow night on NBA TV, Denver at Oklahoma City at 8 p.m. Eastern time on TV, followed by Knicks and Kings, and then Tuesday on TNT in Indiana. For more on these games, please go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app. Williams inside, got a tough bucket to go. Allen raised up but got fouled by Caleb Martin. Well, if you know Caleb Martin, you get nothing easy around the rim or otherwise around him defensively.
He certainly brings that defensive toughness, and Grayson Allen, looking like he was going to flush it. Caleb Martin said, not on my watch.
Grayson Allen coming off the bench. You know, interesting story with Grayson. He really lobbied for the Suns to sign Tyus Jones at point guard, even though he knew that it would affect his tip and his time on the floor. Thinking that, of course, in the overall picture, it would improve the team. Both of them, of course, with a good relationship going back to their time at Duke. But for whatever reason, it quite hasn't played out the way that the Suns front office imagined that it would. Jones coming off the bench, and they had imagined him being a starter for most of the season. Allen makes both foul shots.
Early in the season, you know, I was thinking the same thing. Tyus Jones allows Devin Booker to play off the ball a little bit more. You get a natural ball mover and a glue guy.
Thompson off the mark from deep. Klay Thompson now 1 of 5 from downtown. Booker off the screen, lobs it up. Richards couldn't get the handle on it. Goes out of bounds off of Edwards. It'll stay at this end, Phoenix basketball. Richards had 18 and 5 against the Nuggets. And a nice presence for Denver since coming over. Good scoring in the short roll and an
Coach Budenholzer saying his screening has been invaluable.
Here he is rolling. Boy, hung in the air and got Thompson off him to convert.
It was a tough finish, and he can get a lot of those. When you've got Devin Booker coming off of those pin downs, on-ball screens, you're going to be running free.
Lead is up to 15 in the plate for the Suns. Williams with good footwork and a nice dime inside to Edwards. But Brandon Williams, what do you make of his leadership so far?
Hey, and one of the concerns when you lose Kyrie Irving is who's going to be the guy that attacks the rim? Who's going to be the guy that gets defenses in rotation? And Brandon Williams has been that guy.
Off the miss. Here comes Najee Marshall. Thompson off a series of screens. The floater comes off. Dallas having a tough time shooting the basketball here. It's 40% from the field. Good hands that time defensively by the Mavericks as Max Christie will check into the ball game for Klay Thompson.
You see, just splitting the double right here. Good job of utilizing his body, his pivots, good footwork. Draw the secondary defender again and drop it off.
Is that what they talk about, playing off 2 feet?
Yes, stay on balance. I know the floater looks pretty, but when you stay on 2 feet, use those pivots.
Come on, Steph. We need some style points once in a while. Richards got blocked, but he got fouled as well. No indication that they're going to count the basket. So Richards will go to the free throw line for a couple of shots. Another look at it. Nick Richards, a 73% free throw shooter.
It looked like it might have been over the rim.
Yeah. Got to look at Anthony Davis a moment ago on the Mavericks bench. The thing about their injuries, they are especially impacted at the 5 spot, which is why Richards and Plumlee theoretically would have an easier time of it. There's a look at Lively and Anthony Davis still not in game uniform or ready to play.
You heard Bradley Beal mention it in Cassidy's interview. There's no rim protection, so you go to attack, you force a rotation, and you just throw it up to your big guys.
DJ Washington, another pretty big body on the sidelines. Jason Kidd, one of the best in the business, though, at being resourceful. Keeping it together with spit, glue, and tape right now. Edwards from the wing connects with the 3.
I think part of it's just, being transparent about the situation that you're in, right? Like being transparent with your guys. A lot of these guys are getting opportunity that would not have had it. What are you playing for?
Great chance to put a little money on tape. Booker with the drive, got it with the right hand. The lead swells to 14, their largest of the ball game so far. Edwards walks up to the 3. Let's check in with Cassidy.
Yeah, and Stephanie, Jason Kidd has praised Klay Thompson's voice for echoing what you just said in his depleted locker room, keeping his teammates motivated, whether it's for a contract, a future in the league, or just the respect of professionalism of the sport. He told me, I'm just trying to set a good example for these young bucks and be out there with them because it can feel like a lot given our expectations are very high. And when we don't meet them, it feels daunting at times. So we just have to play our hardest, play together, and live with the results. And that's what I'm trying to show these guys. And Klay certainly has a unique perspective over his course of his career, guys.
And Cassidy, you were here a couple of nights ago for the Memphis game. Kyrie Irving was in the building around his teammates, right?
Absolutely. He went on the bench for a few minutes, and just his presence of obviously that he's going through rehab, which he mentioned, is not being Marshall gets it to go in a tough lay-in. And you see all these guys here on the bench with Anthony Davis, PJ Washington. It's probably a lot more in street clothes than you want to see, but this is a together group, and that's what they're trying to show support for these guys out here, as they know it's a trying time for these Mavericks.
Certainly is. Right now, the number 10 seed in the West to whistle a foul. Going to go against the Suns and Royce O'Neal. That's a lot of talent in sweats.
Here we go. Eyes on the line. A brave new world. What we want to get.
New obsessions await. The new home of bikes.
on TNT Sports.
Did you know the moment you stop brushing, many toothpaste stop fighting bacteria? And that's when problems start. But Oral-B is different. Its stannous fluoride keeps protecting in between brushing. When many toothpaste stop fighting bacteria, Oral-B with stannous fluoride keeps shielding teeth. So you start with a healthy clean and end with a healthy clean. Oral-B with stannous fluoride, the clean that never stops.
Hola, I'm Jose, your expert tool leader, here to bring the colors of Costa Rica to life with Explore. Imagine you're just a few feet from this guy, no rush here, and the macaws they sing just for you. Or maybe they're just showing off. Walking, cycling, or savoring local culture, Explore small group adventures always lead to big experiences, unforgettable journeys, expert tool leaders, over 100 global destinations. Visit explore.co.uk today, and don't just travel, explore.
It's okay, lads. I'm with the AA.
No wonder more people choose the AA.
The boiler's bust, I'm afraid. Needs a new PCB.
Baffle.
Baffle.
Hot valve.
I can take a look. On Thursday.
What? Found the part. Oh, they don't make it anymore.
Say goodbye to the old way to sort your boiler and say hello to Boxed. Get a new boiler installed the next working day in just a few clicks and pay your way with one fixed price, upfront or monthly on all new boilers. Order now at Boxed, the smart way to buy a boiler.
They've all come here to see a ride for the history books. Oh, look at that! The shop of dreams! Stitch's history! Stitch's history! Stage after stage. Utter domination.
New obsessions await. The new home of cycling on TNT Sports.
To the Lakers, Anthony Davis.
This deal materialized in the shadows.
Oh, Anthony Davis went down to get hit midsection.
Something happened to the groin area. That's why he went down in a heap.
Irving is a little shook here. He took an awkward step with his left leg. One of the game's great talents. Hate to see that. Well, for the Dallas Mavericks, the last month and a bit have been a litany of misfortune. Anthony Davis injured in his first appearance in the first half, albeit an extremely brilliant performance in those 22 minutes that he played. And he's still on the mend, as chronicled by Cassidy a moment ago. Nico Harrison, the general manager, making the deal to send Luka to the Lakers and bring Anthony Davis here. And right now they find themselves number 10 in the Western Conference. But when you listen to everyone around the organization, it's still about trying to win basketball games. There is no talk, publicly anyway, about going for any kind of consolation prizes or lottery speak.
Well, look, that's the job, right?
Yeah.
That's the job, is to come in and put yourself in position to win basketball games. It certainly looked great in Anthony Davis's short stint. You know, Kyrie Irving carrying this team and then going out with injury as well. And now it looks different, but the expectation is still the same, to compete at a high level night in and night out.
Boy, the Suns making the extra pass, Stephanie, and Durant cashing out.
And that's been the difference. The way they're moving the ball, first of all, they're getting stops on the defensive end, but the way they're moving the ball on the offensive end, not as much ISO or getting team in rotation by moving it.
Here's Christie behind the Edwards screen, pulls the three, and connects.
About the confidence of Max Christie.
Love to see it.
You started to see it grow in LA before he came to Dallas. Then he took off, hit a little bit of a lull. Jason Kidd said, I think he's pressing a little bit. He knows we need shot making. He just needs to relax and play.
Durant, the distributor. Richards not ready for the catch. And here's Williams in transition. Martin floating in. Got it to go. Oh, Martin
of speed and elevation.
How about this finish? Caleb Martin streaking down the lane line, hangs in the air, goes to the offhand, uses the glass. I mean, that is a tough bucket.
It's going to be the third foul, meanwhile, on Nick Richards as a consequence. Martin recently acquired by the Mavericks. Knocks down the free throw to bring them back to within 6. Just past the midway point of the second quarter. Mark Jones courtside along with Stephanie White, Cassidy Hupper. Dallas Mavericks trying to snap their 4-game losing streak. And Phoenix trying to chase them down. 2 games back of the Mavericks in the loss column in the West. Beal on the drive. Slams on the brakes and connects.
That's all day. You get the matchup that you want. You attack the paint, elevate over smaller defenders.
Good effort by Booker there defensively. Guarding Christie. Back out to Marshall. Marshall got to the rim and lays it home.
And that was an example of the not being connected.
Okay.
Mason Plumlee telling Devin Booker to peel off and switch onto the guy that was at the high post position, and it didn't happen. And so as a result, you're late, and the attack by Marshall.
Right with the catch, cross court. One more to the corner. Beal for 3. Missed everything. And Williams coming back the other way to Marshall. Christie had a notion. Skip pass to the corner, one more. Unselfish basketball by Dallas, but Brandon Williams misfires. There's Kevin Durant. So far with 7 points on a perfect 3 for 3 from the field. Field to Durant. KD drives it in. A little light work for KD. Up to 9. The lead is 8. After this game this afternoon, Phoenix will head to Memphis. Then on to Houston. We're going to have a whistle and a foul against Plumlee. Good news for the Suns is that those 2 teams are a little nicked up. Hey, Wednesday, tune in for a great NBA double dip. SGA in the Western Conference leading Thunder taking on Jason Tatum in Boston. Potential finals matchup. Then Joker and the Nuggets host Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves. Team that sent them home last year in 7 games in the playoffs as NBA Countdown tips off our coverage at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Boy, what a performance by Gilgeous Alexander today. Another 40-piece. And I would think that would really go a long way to maybe wrapping up the MVP honors for him right now with their team up huge in the Western Conference and him being by far the best player on the best team. Not just his offense, but his defensive metrics, his defensive field goal against percentage, really stellar.
And that's a team who has dealt with some injuries. They've had to plug and play a little bit, and Shea has been Mr. Consistent.
Wednesday night, they'll take on Boston on ESPN. Booker on the drive, one more to Plumlee. Shot clock down to 0, and they won't get it off in time. Royce O'Neal didn't quite beat the buzzer. So a nice defensive sequence that time by Jason Kidd's understaffed Mavericks as Klay Thompson gets ready to check back into the ball game. Christie gets the switch. Booker on Williams. Have a whistle and a carrying violation, a bombing violation against Caleb Williams. We have a timeout on the floor. With 3:29 to go in the first half, the Suns trying to climb into the play-in tournament. Here we go. Eyes on the
This is the real deal. To brave new world. This is tense. You know what's going on here. Oh, what are we watching? It just knew, didn't you? There'd be some fireworks.
It was so much fun. New obsessions away. The new home of fight on TNT Sports.
You're the only one that I rely on. You're there for me to cry. I couldn't live without you there. Now I know you're really mine. Gotta have you all the time. I couldn't live without you there. I gotta have you all the time.
Drink AG1. Just one scoop once a day can help keep you, you. Go to drinkag1.com.
At Mattress Man, we know we all sleep differently. Could say we really know our stuff. You tell us all about your sleep, and we guide you softly to the right mattress. Through top brands like Silent Night and Arthur, you find the right one for your pocket. We deliver it for free, and you try it for 60 nights. And now, with 15% off all our mattresses, trust Mattress Man to find your perfect sleep. Go to mattressman.co.uk.
One on the edge of their seats. Here we go then. Hold on to your hats. At this level is absolutely extraordinary. What a... Oh, that is... Oh, wow, the world champion. Supreme break to win it. Sean Murphy is the best one.
New obsessions await.
This is breathtaking.
The new home of snooker on TNT Sports.
Champions rise above the doubt, noise, and storm. Only a select few can handle it.
Look at it now!
Blinding spotlight, the weight of expectation. Now with the nation watching, the pressure is real, and pressure makes diamonds.
Have 13 assists on 21 made field goals. And look at this ball movement right here. Multiple players touching the basketball. You force in defensive rotations. Get the Mavs in scramble mode. And what do you end up with? You end up with a high percentage look from about the 2-minute mark in the first quarter up until now. The Phoenix Suns ball movement has been outstanding.
If they could only bottle that for the rest of the way, they'd be in a good position. Bradley Beal bringing it up against good ball pressure from Dante Exum. Beal turns the corner. Allen on the drive. Little scoop shot off glass. Big time jelly there from Grayson Allen. Here's Thompson. Dante Exum, one of those players on a minutes restriction, making good use of his opportunity on that jump shot. Gibson Kidd telling us that he'll be on the floor for about 20 minutes tonight. Stephanie, how tough is that, managing minutes with a shorthanded roster and guys on a minutes restriction?
Yeah,
have you ever been in that?
It's really tough. Yeah, it's been in that scenario, not with as many guys
right
on a minutes restriction. But it is tough, and it's even more so because of combinations and trying to put the best team on the floor on both ends. And this is a great hustle play by Grayson Allen. Just when it looks like a turnover is going to lead to a score or a foul, Grayson Allen gets a hand on that, stays in the play, and gives the Suns the possession.
There's been a lot said about the way that he plays, but Mike Budenholzer loves his competitive spirit, especially at the defensive end. They run some stack pick and roll with Beal. Out to Edwards. No help coming, and now Exum tilts the floor. They double. Shot clock down to 5. KD using the self-checkout line. KD with the slam.
Is there any other line?
Leads back up to 8. He is so smooth with it. 36 years old and still a lot of tread on his tires. He's having an outstanding year offensively. 27 a game, 53% from the field, 40% from 3. Speaking of threes, Allen knocks one home. The lead is back up to double digits for Phoenix.
Mike Budenholzer talking to us pregame just talked about how this team is playing better. Like, you get the sense that they're trending upward. Again, the question is the consistency, the energy, defense, the hustle plays like that right there, finishing plays.
Need of those second, even third efforts sometimes. Durant rejects the screen and draws the foul. That's going to be the first team foul in the last 2 minutes, side out of bounds. Roser makes the call from the sidelines. Beal will trigger for Phoenix. Durant had it knocked away by Edwards. Thompson batted to Marshall, and he finishes with the left. For a great effort that time. Interminable effort by the Mavericks. Allen, Plumlee, one more to KD. And here comes Dallas again. Pushing tempo, Marshall all the way inside. Got it. Boy, these are a pugnacious group of players on the floor for Jason Kidd.
That's what he said. They play hard. They're scrappy. They know the opportunity that's in front of them. They can play free.
Durant trying to get the ball at the nail against Williams. They send a double team on the catch, knocked away with 6 to go on the shot clock. Hey, coming up in the Hotels.com halftime with Malika, Stephen A., and Kendrick Perkins and Bob Myers. SGA's MVP statement. Man, did he ever make one? All that and more coming up on the Hotels.com halftime. Royce O'Neal will trigger for Phoenix. Beal off the screen from Plumlee. Touches paint, spins, pulls, got it.
What a shot.
Bradley Beal with his third field goal. He's got 7. About a 2-second difference between the shot and game clock. But a spirited Dallas Mavericks team has had a good first half. Either way you slice it on this last possession. Thompson for 3. Didn't like that shot?
Oh, I like the shot. I just felt like Phoenix should have seen it coming, been a little tighter.
Beal off the carom. And Grayson Allen's a little shaken up. He might have stepped on the loose basketball. And that's the end of the first half of play. Phoenix leading it by 6, shooting 60% from the field. Kevin Durant leading the way with 9 points for Phoenix. And Williams leading the way with the Mavericks with 11. Devin Booker and his squad trying to get into that play-in tournament. Stay tuned, folks, for the Hotels.com halftime coming up after these messages.
This is the biggest rivalry of football. This is Le Bomb. Le Bomb is the app where it's just you versus your mates. Just download and create your group. Then make your predictions, set the stakes, and follow live as Le Bomb tracks the results. Download Le Bomb now. It's just you versus your mates.
At Mattress Man, we know we all sleep differently. Could say we really know our stuff. You tell us all about your sleep and we guide you softly to the right mattress. Through top brands like Silent Night and Arthur, you find the right one for your pocket. We deliver it for free and you try it for 60 nights. And now, with 50% off all our mattresses, trust Mattress Man to find your perfect sleep. Go to mattressman.co.uk.
Hola, I'm Jose, your expert tool leader, here to bring the colors of Costa Rica to life with Explore. Imagine you're just a few feet from this guy, no rush here, and the macaws, they sing just for you. Or maybe they're just showing off. Walking, cycling, or savoring local culture. Explore small group adventures always.
From beyond the arc. Run! Throw it down! Throw it down, Russ! Down the middle he goes! Oh, wow, that's just monster dunk by Russell Westbrook. 3 minutes to play. Shot clock is down to 5. Bryant goes to work. Bryant the drive. Kobe Bryant on a rocket attack. He was looking for the challenge, but nobody came quick enough to stop it. To Jones. It's 3-on-1, including Shaq. Jones! Jones took off the free throw line and sailed 15 feet into the sky. Gasol tries to pump fake. Left hand. He jams it left hand. Wow. Now Gasol with his 13th point. Kick out to Williams. Move it on the. They're still on their feet cheering as he. Hey, go to the rim and go up and away. Number 23, Michael Jordan. It really can be a spectacular night for the Bulls as Jordan has come up with another steal. Michael Jordan puts on a show. James Bailey missed it. Bannister. The block by Jordan. And here's the matchup that everybody came to see, Jordan against King. that time. Oh, wow. Jordan double clutching on the reverse sack. The board in Houston. So that to me is a sign that there may be a good ball club as Jordan comes up with the steal and the steal. Iverson. Iverson for three. 1:15 left. Third quarter. Here's Iverson. Iverson. And Allen Iverson shooting a couple. Iverson with 35 points.
Forward at 17 from Wake Forest, number 21, Tim Duncan.
Allegro calling for Duncan to get. Knicks run the double team at him, and Duncan hits the turnaround shot. Cummings on Duncan now, trying to front him. It's giving some help. Duncan able to get away. Del Negro. Duncan against Cummings. Quick spin move. Spurs playing well without their point guard, who really is an integral part of their success. Duncan banks it in. Avery Johnson. Even in the first couple of minutes when the Knicks were trailing by 10, Duncan. Now, Tim Duncan, and again with that excellent pivot move, he'll shoot a free throw. Championship season, 79.
James. So he breaks the seal about 3.5 minutes in, his first points ever in Madison Square Garden.
In between games and get to the bucket and create forever. That's in between games. Yeah. You can't stop that with him.
You had a first half without a three-pointer, and then right off the bat, McGinnis puts it in for three. Offensive rebounds for Cleveland. The Knicks have 13. LeBron, he saves it. And then Marbury tipped it, but James was there. And LeBron dances in.
That's hang time.
And you make plays because he is unselfish. He's not like a guy who's selfish.
Is he ready for it right now?
I think so. See, that's where he should live. That's good team for shot. Because he's 6'10", he's not shooting.
19 points and recording 5 assists in 47 minutes. Now Durant gliding to the best. 11 lead changes, 10 tie. Durant.
So that's why I oofed the first time.
Durant hits another jump shot.
I think you have to double him. When he comes off the screen, he's too good.
Durant 10 to shoot, guarded by Jones, playing him to his left hand.
He's a finisher, so you got to help a little bit. He's a finisher.
Oh.
Young fella. Got to get it. Out his hands, he's a finisher. In New York, something blew in here.
Hammers it home. Samoos and arms on this stage. Harris with a drive to Dirk last time. Now here's Luka with a drive, and this one bounces around. Touch pass by Matthews. Luka at the end of the shot clock. Got it back with Dennis. A one-handed three. Luka magic in the garden.
Luka shaking his head like that. Gonna go in.
Luka's fouled. Luka hits it. Pretty.
It's really pretty.
Number 28 in Houston. The last time Dallas exceeded 50%. They're on their way tonight as it's a splash down three up top from Luka.
We understand that you have some questions.
Is it legal? You don't have to smoke it, do you? Is it actually for people like me?
For the facts, search Curaleaf Clinic today.
Our innovation in hair loss science starts now. New LV Growth Booster. A breakthrough scalp serum with Amin XLR, niacinamide, and ginger extract to reduce hair loss for visibly denser hair. 77% agree hair looks thicker and stronger. Fight hair loss with new LV Growth Booster by L'Oréal Paris. You're worth it.
With a cooker tap, you can make delicious dishes and drinks. 100 degrees boiling, hot, cold, chilled and sparkling water. All from one tap. Visit cooker.co.uk and get installation for just £99. Cooker, the tap that does it all.
Aye. Good idea. It's never too early to consider my pension options.
With II's low flat pension fees, you could retire with more.
Really?
Helping you get the most out of your pension.
Nice.
I like mine.
So many investment opportunities.
Interactive Investor, a WIT recommended SIP provider 3 years running. The II SIP, your personal pension.
This house worth £4 million. Plus the car with the cash could be yours. So you must enter by midnight tonight at omaze.co.uk.
Teamwork. It's about working together and committing to a common goal. NBA Cares is about coming together to lift people up with generosity and genuine heart. In the communities where we live, work, and play. Together, we can be an unbeatable team.
Here we go. Eyes on the line. It's a brave new world.
New obsessions away. The new home of bikes on TNT Sports.
This is why I bought the phone. This was always my escape. Even when I was playing football and I was in trouble and stuff. It's my therapy.
Get back! The word.
I'm back. There's 20 people here. We're all crashing wallets. See these? Oh, watch out. That will be the biggest nightmare we've ever done.
Deep breath. Vinnie Jones in the Country, Tuesday at 9 on Quest, or stream the full series now on Discovery Plus.
Great start. Great look. Great team. Get up, get up. By yourself. By yourself. Hey, kick him out. Hey, Caleb! Caleb! Great hustle. Great hustle. We don't have to take any bad shots. Like, there's no reason to go one-on-one. If you ain't shooting it, it's a swing here, shot. Or we redrive.
Mid-range field goals made per game. Durant, number 1 in the NBA in the same category. And less than 90 seconds, Stephanie, into this second half. It feels like Phoenix has come out much more intentional and purposeful at both ends.
Exactly the mindset that you need. And again, we talk about the consistency of having that mindset of playing with that.
Edwards got one from the dunker spot. Off the nice feed from Brandon Williams. Bradley Beal on the handle. Thompson switches onto him. Booker against Williams again. They open up the floor for Book. Sprays it out to Beal for 3. Pristine offense by the Suns.
He's so good at that, Devin Booker, of attacking the rim, attacking the mismatch, and then when he sees the double come and finding the right pass.
Phoenix in the midst of a 10-2 run right now. Good hand up by Beal. They get the miss. Beal leaks out, but it never made it there. Marshall with the steal. Play for 3. Thompson catches. Back down to 11. Thompson knocked down his first shot and then went cold for Dallas. He's now 3 for 12. Beal inside to a wide open Richards, and he punched it home.
What a pass. The look off by Bradley Beal.
Dante Exum getting ready to check into the ball game for Jason Kidd. Max Christie got a little bit of room and took advantage of it. He had 8 points in that game Friday night against Memphis. Trying not to press as much as he has of late. Richards with a mismatch against Williams. And Williams knocks it away.
You got to go to work in that situation right there. You can't be a toss back right there. But Max Christie, he has the time, he has the space. And you mentioned it. He went through a little bit of a lull, but he's found his way out.
If I'm Nick Richards on that last sequence, it's a drop step and a dunk, right?
Absolutely, 100%. And you can see Kevin Durant telling him that.
Durant out front, 5 of the shot clock. Goes a couple times and loses the handle. Marshall back to Thompson. Play never shy. Drills the 3 to bring the Mavericks back to within 7.
Hey, and if you're Dallas and you know you're going to give up size, you're going to give up paint points, what is the great equalizer? It's knocking it down from the 3-point line.
Richards with the height advantage takes advantage. Good look that time inside. The lead back up to 9. A little over 8 minutes to go. Booker chasing Thompson around the screen. And we're going to have a foul called. Booker contending that it was on the floor. not in the shooting motion. But Thompson will go to the line for 2, maybe 3 here.
And you know, Clay just does such a good job of on that catch going up into his motion. He almost sells it that way.
You're talking about the spread legs?
Yeah. And knowing, he knows he's got Book right behind him. He can feel the contact, so you don't need a dribble. You just go straight into your shot.
Thompson knocks down the first, an 88% foul shooter. Hey, folks, tune into ABC Hockey this Saturday for a matinee matchup. Jesper Pratt and the Devils will be in Pittsburgh taking on Sidney Crosby and the Penguins at 3 Eastern. That's this Saturday on ABC and ESPN+. Thompson at the free throw line with 3 shots, knocks down the first 2. He and KD, of course, teammates. Those halcyon days of the Golden State Warriors. Into the finals 4 out of 5 years, I believe it was. Clay ain't driving his boat across any bodies of water to get to the arena here in Dallas. I know that much. Booker to his left. Inside. Good catch in traffic by Richards. One more to Beal. He raises up and gets a fortuitous roll.
Again, the good ball movement, the attack and rotation, high percentage looks. But offense hasn't been the problem, right, for Phoenix. Being able to take care of the ball to give yourself a chance on that end, but locking down here on the defensive end.
Well, Bull got a hand up on Clay that time to get the miss. Grant over to Booker. Sprays it out to the wing. Beal open, and he knocks down the 3 ball. Bradley Beal, a 40% three-point shooter on the season. He's got 17 now. A whistle and a foul out front. That's going to go against Bull. Bull's an interesting story for the Phoenix Suns and really a bright spot this year in the way that he has resurrected his NBA career after stops in Denver. He was very much the people's choice type of guy, but never was able to crack the consistent rotation of Michael Malone. And then the same with Orlando. Got some run with Jamal Mosley down there, and his maturity level has grown precipitously over the last several months. And some of the people that I've spoken with in the organization and teammates has really helped out. Marshall with the slam. Lead is at 9. Richards has a chance to post up Thompson. Sets the screen. Beal inside, got hit. And he gets a trip to the foul line for a pair. We got a timeout on the floor. We'll come back to American Airlines Center right after this break.
ESPN Bet is the official sportsbook of ESPN.
This is the biggest rivalry of football. This is Le Bomb. Le Bomb is the app where it's just you versus your mates. Just download and create your group. Then make your predictions, set the stakes, and follow live as Le Bomb tracks the results. Download Le Bomb now. It's just you versus your mates.
This idyllic house in Perthshire could be yours. Plus, when you enter the Omaze £1 Million house draw by midnight tonight at omaze.co.uk, you could also win this Range Rover plus £100,000.
And here's the best part. You'll be supporting Alzheimer's Research UK.
So for your chance to win this house, worth £4 million, and the car with the cash, you must enter by midnight tonight at omaze.co.uk.
Man, we know we all sleep differently. Could say we really know our stuff. You tell us all about your sleep and we guide you softly to the right mattress. Through top brands like Silent Night and Arthur, you find the right one for your pocket. We deliver it for free and you try it for 60 nights. And now, with 15% off all our mattresses, just Mattress Man. Find your perfect sleep. Go to mattressman.co.uk.
We all love mealtime. When Jemima and Clarence eat Bella and Duke raw nutrition, they feel like royalty. Bon appetit. Don't just eat. Dine. Delicious meals with at least raw meat in every bowl. Get 40% off your first box. Life's better with Bella and Duke.
Breakthrough scalp serum with aminexalar, niacinamide, and ginger extract to reduce hair loss for visibly denser hair. 77% agree hair looks thicker and stronger. To reduce hair loss for visibly denser hair. 77% agree hair looks thicker and stronger. Fight hair loss with new LV Growth Booster by L'Oreal Paris. You're worth it.
Oh, look at that! The shop of dreams! This is history! This is history!
New obsessions await. The new home of cycling on TNT Sports.
The secret to restoring classic gems to their former glory is teamwork. Brand new Shed and Buried classic cars. Starts Monday the 17th of March on Quest.
Players on this team, in particular, Ryan Dunn, who KD joined to watch Dunn's brother pitch in a minor league spring training baseball game. KD has been everything and anything to Dunn and some of the younger players on the team, and the way that he pours into them, and giving them advice.
And you think about the way and the interaction, the way he poured into Anthony Edwards in his Olympic experience as well. I mean, you got a guy who's done it all, who's still got a lot of basketball left to play, but understanding and embracing the opportunity for his mentorship and leadership.
Yeah, and he can still do that. He's not in the winter of his career quite yet, folks. He can still hit the switch.
And did I even hear floating 2028 Olympics out there?
Yeah. I'd love to see it.
I would love to see it.
Here's Exum. Richards picks him up on the switch. Nice in and out dribble. Marshall lacerates the lane but couldn't catch. Durant serve. Base. Just 13 points in the ball game for Durant, and knocks down another floater.
Yeah, probably did get fouled in that one as well. But Kevin Durant can get that shot at any point, anytime he wants.
Dinwiddie in the close out by Booker. One more to Marshall. And that three is good.
And you mentioned this earlier, Jonesy. That's the multiple levels of effort, right? First of all, one-on-one defense. You can't have blow-bys. Then you're in rotation, and you might have the first, but not the second. Or you might have the first and second, but not the third. It's multiple levels of effort on the defensive end. It's necessary.
A tenacious Mavericks team hanging around down by 12. Durant at the elbow. Gets it back. Off the double team, makes the right pass to Richards. The surgical precision of Kevin Durant paying off again. That was 6 assists, 6 rebounds to go along with his 15 points. Marshall knocks down 2 in a row. So Neal got there a little bit late. He might have gotten his bell rung a little bit earlier in that sequence. A whistle and a timeout called by Phoenix.
Najee Marshall has been outstanding for Dallas all season long, and in the absence of some of their injured players, continuing to step up.
NBA on TNT Sports, sponsored by Unibet.
Champions rise above the doubt, noise, and storm. Now, with the nation watching, the pressure is real, and pressure makes diamonds.
The greatest of all time is not who you think. The GOAT is a horse.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is...
Get a completely free £5 bet on day one of Cheltenham with Sky Bet.
Did you know the moment you stop brushing, many toothpaste stop fighting bacteria? And that's when problems start. But Oral-B is different. Its damage fluoride keeps protecting in between brushing. When many toothpaste stop fighting bacteria, Oral-B with stannous fluoride keeps shielding teeth. So you start with a healthy clean and end with a healthy clean. Oral-B with stannous fluoride, the clean that never stops.
It's okay, lads. I'm with the AA.
No wonder more people choose the AA.
This idyllic house in Perthshire could be yours. Plus, when you enter the Omaze £1 million house draw by midnight tonight at omaze.co.uk, you could also win this Range Rover plus £100,000.
And here's the best part. You'll be supporting Alzheimer's Research UK.
So for your chance to win this house, worth £4 million, and the car with the cash, you must enter by midnight tonight at omaze.co.uk.
The secret to restoring classic gems to their former glory.
These are a joyous thing. Oh, it's a splitty.
Is teamwork.
Enough. Stop. Careful. I love it, mate. Isn't that fantastic? I think it's amazing. Oh, mate, smiles per mile. Yeah. I think my work here is done.
Brand new Shed and Buried classic cars. Starts Monday the 17th of March on Quest. NBA on TNT Sports, sponsored by Unibet.
with assist number 20, the first ever 30-20-20 game. We've really enjoyed some compelling basketball over the last 40-odd hours here on ABC and ESPN. And then last night, wow, Jason Tatum put on a show deserving of MVP conversation. And what about the job that Jaylen Brown did last night as well? And today, SGA, Hesse, and the layup. You're talking about an MVP. There he is right there. 40-piece and vanquishing the Denver Nuggets.
Isn't it incredible to think that Joker continues to put up better numbers than in his MVP years?
Unbelievable. Durant foul. It's going to be the shot, sideline out of bounds. That foul is going to go against Kessler Edwards' second personal foul. Mavericks right now number 10 in the West. Phoenix number 11. Durant. No help. And that's going to be a foul against Edwards. Got KD with his chest. That's going to put Durant back at the free throw line. You know, if he makes a few more foul shots, Stephanie, and I'm not sure that there's enough attempts left for the rest of the season, but he could conceivably end up in the 50, 40, 90 club at 52, 40, and 83 right now. As ran at the free throw line in the ball game so far with 15. The NBA League Pass puts the ball in your court. Watch more games all season long. Stream multiple games at once or catch highlights anywhere, anytime. Sign up on NBA.com/League Pass and start streaming today.
Kevin Durant averaging almost 30 these last 3 games. So he's a guy who can take over at any moment, certainly. But the thing about the big three for Phoenix, not just can they take over and score the basketball, but how willing of passers they are to get everybody else involved. This is a team that assists on 68% of their made field goals on the regular.
Put that number in perspective for me, 68.
There's 20 people here. We're all crash bang wallets. See these? Oh, watch out. That will be the biggest nightmare we've ever done. Deep breath.
Vinnie Jones in the Country, Tuesday at 9 on Quest, or stream the full series now on Discovery Plus.
Here we go. Eyes on the line. A brave new world.
New sessions away. The new home of fight on TNT Sports.
NBA on TNT Sports, sponsored by Unibet.
It has been a cranium-cracking last month for the Dallas Mavericks. Kessler Edwards and Dwight Powell knocking noggins here, colliding, going for the loose ball. Powell being attended to by the athletic training staff. He was bleeding. Edwards subsequently going into the locker room
to be attended to, and the tough time continues for the Dallas Mavericks. And remember, they began the day with just 9 available players, 3 of which were on minutes restrictions. One of those 3 were Kessler Edwards. Jason Kidd will be looking at players from his women's Jason Kidd elite team soon. Stephanie, to get some available bodies. Allen with a nice dunk in for the layup.
Hey, well, that's a pretty good squad.
Yeah, it is.
There.
For the top women's programs in youth basketball.
Now, players all throughout the country playing Division I college basketball at a high level, Power 4 schools.
I want to play for his program in my next lifetime as Martin misses that
Me
3.
too. Hawaii.
They training camp in Hawaii. We're traveling to China. Over to Greece next year. Durant, he's traveled the world and made buckets all around the globe. Lead back up to 13. He's got 19 in the contest.
You kind of get the sense that Kevin Durant is starting to take over this ball game.
Williams off the screen, gets downhill. Tough reverse layup over Plumlee.
This young man has been terrific. Coming off of 31 against Memphis. Continuing to attack the rim, taking advantage of the opportunity, staying ready.
Yeah, Jason Kidd was going to be putting some very discerning eyes on him, evaluating his leadership and his ability to run the offense. Here's O'Neal left open for 3, and he misfires, fails to draw iron at the end of the third quarter. Dallas hanging around, down by 11. This presentation of NBA Sunday Showcase on ABC, presented by Popeyes, continues after this message and a word from our ABC station.
NBA on TNT Sports, sponsored by Unibet.
Come here to see a ride for the history books. Oh, look at that. The stuff of dreams. This is history. This is history. At the stage. Utter domination.
New obsessions await. The new home of cycling on TNT Sports.
Cheltenham is a festival like no other, so it deserves proper value. It's a proper celebration of thrills, hills, decibels, and proper legends. So William Hill give you a top price guarantee against selected competitors on the first of feature race every day at Cheltenham. That's proper value from a proper bookmaker. William Hill, Cheltenham, done properly.
What won't you find anywhere else? The Expedia annual holiday event, where you save 25% or more of hotels on selected packages. Now it's time to book and find your suitcase. Expedia, made to travel, Apple protected.
Okay, no good.
Birthday's going.
So,
The American dancers. Good. Nice.
Okay.
Would you like me to come with you? All of these people have what it takes to work in adult social care. Do you?
At 32 Red, we see your classic casino games. And we raise them. I'm talking roulette, blackjack, with some of the best live dealers around. So don't bother with those other jokers. No thanks. Join and get a welcome bonus up to £150 at 32 Red.
What's all this?
I'm 717th in line for free NBA tickets. Need to make sure that they see me in the crowd. But first, I need to finish my posters.
You know you can do all that without doing all this.
All this.
Look, with the NBA app, you can fan hard on your faves, test your fandom, and with NBA ID, get a shot at free tickets, all for free.
Does this mean there's more time for my bucket sport?
The secret to restoring classic gems to their former glory.
These are a joyous thing.
Oh, it's a splitty. Is teamwork.
Enough! Stop!
Careful.
I love it, mate. Isn't that fantastic? I think it's amazing. Oh, mate, smiles per mile. Yeah. I think my work here is done.
Brand new shed and buried classic cars. That's Monday the 17th of March on Quest.
NBA on TNT Sports, sponsored by Unibet.
You already matched your career high, which you set on Friday. How do you describe how you're navigating being one of the main scoring threats with so many people out?
Just playing hard, taking what the defense gives me. Trying to push the pace, get stops and run.
The hits keep on coming with both Kessler and Dwight going out with that injury after that hit. How do you describe just the team's ability to keep fighting with injury luck not on your side?
Next man up. Guys all signed it. We're hoping that somebody goes down, they can fill those shoes, and that's what we're doing. You got to keep playing hard.
Najee, thanks for your time. Back to you, Mark.
And they certainly haven't let go of the ropes. Down by 11. Good set run out of the break by Mike Budenholzer to get that slam dunk by Plumlee. Off the Booker miss. Phoenix retrieves it. Jones, Plumlee open again, and there's the remix.
Plumlee's giving his team a lift. Early in the ball game, we saw him playing in that filter, getting some easy looks, and now early in this fourth quarter, going to it again.
Dallas without the size on the front line to match up. Anthony Davis and Lively both out. Nobody guarding Christie. Couldn't convert. Jones quickly up to Grayson Allen. Booker with a quick grab and go. Here's Exum. Phoenix back in transition. Pass to the corner, Thompson. One more to a wide open Exum. And he laces the three. It is back to 10.
And Mark, this is exactly, what Dallas has to do. I mean, you neutralize this team in the paint points by knocking shots down from three. That's their 13th made three of the ball game.
O'Neal trying to counter with a three and does. Also O'Neal with his first field goal. Here's Caleb Martin left wide open. By design or not? I mean, we've seen that a few times now.
That's the third possession in a row that Plumlee hasn't gotten out of the paint to go defend the three-point shooter.
Missed the layup, but draws the foul at the other end. So we're not Xing out or anything like that. I mean,
and again, communication, the multiple levels of effort right here. You see the handoff coming. You got to get out there. I mean, that one didn't fall, but it very well could have. All right, and then a second one to close out. Yes, it's got to be next man. It might not be a perfect rotation, but somebody has to get there.
Those were the first two. And then on this last possession, another unsupervised three-pointer.
I mean, in the perfect world, that's booked, right?
Yeah.
In the perfect world, that's booked. Plumlee's engaged in the on-ball screen. But again, when we talk about the disconnect, seemingly disconnected team, some of those things reveal themselves in lack of rotations. It doesn't look like there's clarity in coverages, in rotation, in communication on the defensive end of the floor.
Little puzzling. 14-point lead. Exum makes it an 11-point game.
And by the time they've hit 14, they're feeling it, right?
Wow. Phoenix unable to put this pesky team away. Grayson Allen launches the three ball. That rims out. Here's Marshall. Already tying his season high with 29 in the game. Thompson, another open three, and this one falls. That guy you don't want to leave. Oh.
You don't. And again, urgency, right? No sense of urgency to getting to the shooter.
You would think that's on the menu for Coach Budenholzer to address during this timeout. Klay Thompson, 4 of 11 from deep.
NBA on TNT Sports, sponsored by Unibet.
At William Hill Vegas, we're bursting with great casino games and offers. We're packed full of brand new slots like William Hill Gates of Olympus and Pirates 3. We've got the classics all in one place. And over £10 million in jackpots. Plus, you can get 10 free spins on new Fishing Frenzy for Big Catch 2. That's 10 free spins for new and existing customers. Only at William Hill Vegas, bursting with entertainment.
If you're traveling to be surrounded by nature, don't end up surrounded by hotel. Get an Airbnb and go where hotels can't.
We understand that you have some questions.
Is it legal? You don't have to smoke it, do you? Is it actually for people like me?
For the facts, search Curaleaf Clinic today.
It's okay, lads. I'm with the AA.
No wonder more people choose the AA.
This is the biggest rivalry of football. This is Le Bomb. Le Bomb is the app where it's just you versus your mates. Just download and create your group. Then make your predictions, set the stakes, and follow live as Le Bomb tracks the results. Download Le Bomb now. It's just you versus your mates.
They've all come here to see a ride for the history books. Oh, look at that! The shop of dreams! This is history! This is history! Stage after stage. Utter domination.
New obsessions await. The new home of cycling on TNT Sports.
There's electricity in the air.
I've got goosebumps.
Waiting for that spark of genius. Sure, reach the space. Absolute belter. Expect greatness. The UEFA quarterfinals live on TNT Sports.
NBA on TNT Sports, sponsored by Unibet.
Let's take a look at today's Crunch Time, brought to you by Popeyes.
Now, Dallas is keeping themselves in striking distance from the three-point line, a 45-21 advantage. Dante Exum has 8 points in the fourth quarter, 2 of them coming from the three-point line right there. And Klay Thompson, I think he was surprised at how wide open he was.
Sure was. Lined up the seams and knocked it home. Klay was 17 in the ballgame. Look at the shooting respectively this quarter. With the Suns run out of this timeout. Durant back in the ball game. Booker out top to Jones. From the corner, Allen catches out.
They've been really good in ATO situations.
Grayson Allen coming off the bench. 6 of 10 from the field. He has 17. Exum trying to turn the corner against Durant.
And Mark, this is that lineup that they used in that fourth quarter against the Clippers. Go a little bit smaller, have a little bit more defensive versatility, spread the floor on the offensive end of the floor. Now, Colin Gillespie was in there in that ball game.
You saw Durant with the good contest as Booker raises up. A little bit strong on the three, but folks, Kevin Durant, don't miss this. Let this land on you. He was number 1 in the NBA this year in defensive field goal percentage as the closest defender. As Max Christie knocks down the three.
Sometimes you get in these situations where it's a little bit too late, right? Like the team is already feeling it.
Right. Off the miss, here comes Dallas. Gets Booker on the switch. Marshall inside. Oh, what a block by Allen. Raised up and punched it back. Booker on the drive, slams it. Grayson Allen catalyzing that transition bucket.
That's a heck of an individual effort by Grayson Allen. Having his teammates back.
By Durant. Edwards. With Booker directing traffic, calls out the play, index finger in the air. Empty corner 2-man game with Durant. They swing it over to Booker. Clear side for Durant, and now double comes. They got Dallas in rotation like rotisserie chicken.
And Devin Booker knows the clock is winding down, knows it's a hard closeout to him at the three.
With manipulation of the defense, that sequence, the lead back up to 13. Off the turnover, here comes Devin Booker. Dallas back in transition defensively. Royce O'Neal pulls the three ball. Got it. And you can feel a little bit of the collective wind come out of Dallas's sails. The lead balloons to 16.
NBA on TNT Sports, sponsored by Unibet.
Here we go. Eyes on the line. This is the real deal. It's a brave new world. This is tense. You know what's going on here. Oh, what are we watching? It's all going on. You just knew, didn't you? There'd be some fireworks.
It was so much fun. New obsessions awoke. The new home of fights on TNT Sports.
Cheltenham is a festival like no other, so it deserves proper value. It's a proper celebration of thrills, hills, decibels, and proper legends. So William Hill are giving away a free bet on the opening day at Cheltenham. It's proper value from a proper bookmaker. William Hill, Cheltenham, done properly.
No one likes paying more for the mobile contract. So, if you're on one of the big mobile networks, you can save up to £144 a year with a Labara SIM-only deal. Labara are always trying to save you money, even on this ad. I mean, that's why they hired me. Sophie from Stockport, complete unknown. I mean, this isn't even our studio. I think it's for a car advert or something. Labara, the smarter mobile network.
Life can be tough, so look after yourself. Drink AG1. One scoop, once a day. Go to drinkag1.com.
At Mattress Man, we know we all sleep differently. Could say we really know our stuff. You tell us all about your sleep, and we guide you softly to the right mattress. Through top brands like Silent Night and Arthur, you find the right one for your pocket. We deliver it for free, and you try it for 60 nights. And now, with 15% off all our mattresses, trust Mattress Man to find your perfect sleep. Go to mattressman.co.uk.
There's electricity in the air.
What's an atmosphere?
Waiting for that spark of genius.
Jumping in a oh my goodness.
Expect greatness. The UEFA Champions League, round of 16, live on TNT Sports.
NBA on TNT Sports, sponsored by Unibet.
You're watching NBA Sunday Showcase on ABC, presented by Popeyes. They're from an overcast Dallas, Texas. And time now for the upcoming national TV schedule. Tonight on ESPN, a great one. Cleveland at Milwaukee. And then tomorrow night on NBA TV, Denver at Oklahoma City. Knicks at Sacramento after that. Tuesday on TNT, it's Milwaukee at Indiana. For more on these games, please go to NBA.com or visit the NBA. Klay Thompson on the drive. Got it to go. It is down to 14. Stephanie, you mentioned during the break that this Phoenix team during the second half has done a much better job of taking care of the basketball. What haven't they done that has allowed them to do that?
Yeah, I think they've done a better job of just not being careless with it. I don't feel like those turnovers in the first half were forced turnovers.
Right.
You know, this is not a Dallas Mavericks team that's getting in passing lanes and forcing steals and, you know, all of those things as Kevin Durant, the hard foul, going to the rim. I think there was just more of a sense of urgency, tighter with the basketball, making the easy play and the right play.
Sometimes it's the simple things, huh?
It is always the simple things, right?
Durant getting ready to go to the free throw line. Devin Booker laughing it up with some of the people here courtside as Durant at the free throw line. Cassidy?
Yeah, I'm keeping tabs on the available bodies for the Dallas Mavericks, and I was just told that Brandon Williams will not return with a hamstring injury. I'm still waiting to hear about Dwight Powell. And then Dante's already at his minutes restriction at 22, but, you know, they have a back-to-back tomorrow, and as it stands right now, they only have 7 available players on their roster, guys.
Wow, that is incredible. Brandon Williams, one of the players on a two-way deal, and of course they're counting the number of days that they can use him as well. With 19 games to go, 18 for the Mavericks.
Mark, we had some situations like this in the W with injuries and having to get hardship contracts and injury exceptions. And I mean, you get to the point, and I'm not sure if this is an unprecedented look at some things that we're seeing right now with the Dallas Mavericks and availability of bodies.
Nico Harrison, the general manager, Jason Kidd, the head coach, with their cast of players
undergoing some cataclysmic injuries with Kyrie and, of course, Anthony Davis still yet to return. Booker playing with his food. Back out to Jones, 7 on the shot clock. Booker retrieves it. Straight line drive for the basket.
Devin Booker, 9 points in this quarter. 9 of his 24. He had 16 in the second quarter. So again, you see just these guys can come at you in a lot of different ways and in waves.
Whistle and a foul. And one as Najee Marshall registering a season high 33 now.
I mean, he's been so good at getting downhill and tough finish between multiple defenders. And he was talking to Cassidy and said, next man up. And sometimes that next man up is somebody that's on the floor just giving a little bit more, right?
How about that? Marshall at the free throw line, a career high 33 right now. Under 3 minutes to go. Phoenix Suns will move on to Memphis after this, and then Houston after Memphis. We noted that they have the third most difficult remaining schedule. They're trying to get in the top 10. Trailing Dallas by 2 games in the loss column when the day began. And off the miss, it's Thompson. Thompson with the finger roll, and we'll go to the free throw line for a couple more. But Wednesday, tune in for a great NBA double dip. SGA and the Western Conference leading Thunder taking on Jason Tatum and the Celtics in a potential finals matchup at 7:30 Eastern. Then the Joker and the Nuggets taking on Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves. NBA Countdown tips off our coverage at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Boy, Anthony Edwards is must-see TV with those Minnesota Timberwolves, who are still trying to figure out their season-long chemistry experiment, right? As Julius Randle recently returned to the lineup in the last several games.
DiVincenzo coming back.
Yeah.
But I'm incredibly impressed with Anthony Edwards and the development of his three-point shot. You know, he's a guy who can get to the rim at will, and you make yourself that much tougher to guard when you shoot it at such a high clip from the three.
Stephanie, he told me that in three-point shooting drills with Kevin Durant and Steph Curry this summer with USA Basketball, as Gillespie makes the three, that he was able to hang with those guys. So he figured, you know what? Going into the season, I'm going to start shooting a lot more threes. Makes sense. Booker with good defensive effort. Thompson knocks down the short jump shot. It's something that you pointed out. Devin Booker, amongst others on the court tonight, has given great effort, in particular at the defensive end of the floor.
He plays so hard, and you know it's one thing to be an elite defender and be locked down, but it's another thing when you're an undersized guy like him and having to fight through all the screens, and it might not always be perfect in terms of execution, but he is a guy that has had multiple levels of effort on both ends.
Talk about his father, Melvin Booker, the former collegiate player, played also in the NBA with Houston Rockets, Denver Nuggets, and Golden State Warriors as well. Always good when Pops can get you in the lab and tweak with your jumper a little bit. Get it right, right?
This.
Kind of like how Michael Thompson has done with Clay from time to time. He knocks down the three. A 9-point game. Gillespie and Jones in the backcourt. For Phoenix, Gillespie did a wonderful job late game against Denver a couple nights ago, back where he began his career. Down on the baseline, out to O'Neal, one more to Jones from 15. Marshall lost the handle, and it went to Dunn, and that should pretty much do it. So the Phoenix Suns will improve to 30-34. Dallas will fall to 32-33, under 500, and just one game up on Phoenix now in the Western Conference for that 10th and final play-in tournament spot.
Well, you got to hand it to the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, they fought, they clawed, they scratched.
125-116. Thanks for watching ESPN on ABC, home of the NBA Finals. For Stephanie White and Cassidy Hubbard, I'm Mark Jones. Folks, stay tuned for Malika and the guys in the studio after these messages.